I'm going to treat myth busters. So I'll say a myth that you've heard before, and I'll tell you what is it. Let's take it from the sperm being protein. Okay, can somebody tell me what a myth is? I only know Rahinatu. She'll suffer today in my hands as well. Rahinatu, are you there? There's a hand there. What is a myth?
A short story.
A short story. Okay. Who else? A folktale. Okay. Anyone? There's a hand. There are two hands this way, please. A short story which is not true. Let's give her a hand. What gift are we giving for that bold and solid response? You have to receive a gift. Like we said, we reward confidence. Now let's go back to our mythbuster 1. Sperm being protein. Science and research exist to show that sperm contains nutrients. It contains vitamins, vitamin C, B12, protein inclusive. But for your body to get your body's requirement of protein, you would have to drink a gallon. In fact, gallons of sperm to get your body's requirement of protein. So if you decide to get your protein from a man's sperm, you need gallons. Can a man produce gallons of sperms? He would die. He would die trying. So you see, they can't give you protein like they've promised you. You can get protein from egg. You can get protein from meat. You know, kebab, shawarma, you can get protein from it, right? You can get protein from sources that are cheap and easy and available to you. So let's choose those approaches to get protein, our daily requirement of protein, so our bodies look good. Now, imagine your daily dose of protein as a human being, as a girl, depends on a man's sperm. The day he gets angry, what happens to you? No sperm for you. Do you get it? So do you see the lie in that story? So in your science class, if you've been told that there is some percentage of protein in sperm, that is a fact. Don't go and lose 1 mark by saying James said it's not true. It is true, but it is not true that your body's requirement of protein will come from sperm, because no man can produce the amount of sperm needed to give you your body's requirement of sperm. Are we of protein? Are we okay with that? Thank you. Myth number 2. Girls are not born natural leaders. Who has heard that before? Have you ever been told that because you're a girl, you can't be a leader? You have never been told before. Rahinatu is there. Can we hear from you, please?
I decided I want to be a soldier. But somebody told me that to be a soldier, I cannot because I'm a lady. And the way my body is there, I cannot be a soldier. So I should go and look for a tailor to do.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. Anyone else with another story? You wanted to do something and you were told because you were a girl, you can't. Or you should go for another version. I have 2 hands at the back. Gem Reward Team, are you available?
I wanted to be an astronaut, but because I was having my handwork already, I told my mother that I want to be an astronaut. And she said, I can't be, because if you want to be an astronaut, you pass through a lot of skills before you be an astronaut. So I can't be. So far as I'm having my handwork to do already, I can't be an astronaut. So I should continue to do what I'm skilled to do.
Wow. There was another hand. Wow, just wow.
My name is Evelyn. I want to be a police, and my mother said, no, I can't do it. But the way I can't be a police, but I'll pass through communities. But now I'm doing cadet, and she's proud.
Wow. So you've heard the stories. You can't be a soldier because you pass through a lot of training and you're a girl. You can't be a doctor, you can't be a military woman, a soldier. You can't be a policewoman because you're a girl. And you can't be an astronaut because you're a girl. And all these are myths, and they are what? Busted today. They are not true. One, you can be a policewoman. In fact, at the recently held National Honors and Awards, a 92-year-old woman was honored by the president. And guess who she was? The first female police Ghana ever produced. And she was a woman. If in her days, 92 years ago, she could become a policewoman, in today's 21st century, you can become anything greater than she ever achieved. Do you get it? So you can become what? A policewoman. Clap for that one. Soldier. Actually, James' first board chair was a soldier. And she was the first female brigadier general Ghana ever had. Did you clap for that? I didn't hear it. And guess what? Even when she died, the president honored her in something we call posthumous. It's like being honored in your death. It means that you've done so well, Ama. Even when you die, you are being honored. She became the first female major general. A major general is the highest rank in Ghana's military hierarchy. And a woman got to that position, meaning you. So we busted that myth, right? You can become. And we have female astronauts. Yes, we do. So you can become an astronaut. You can actually become whatever you aspire to do. Just that, like your parents have said, you go through a lot. By that, they meant to say that you need to put in the work. So anytime you tell someone your dream, and they tell you, oh, you can't be because you will go through a lot, interpret that to mean, I will put in the work. Do you get it? So let's try. Say, I will put in the work. I will put in the work consistently. I will put in the work required to achieve my dream. And let me tell you something. There is no human that has ever put in the work towards a particular target and never achieved it. There's none. None ever. So if anyone tells you that you can't achieve something, tell yourself, I'll put in the work. And I'll come and show you the success. And you will. Are you getting it? Alright, so are we done with that myth? So second myth, busted. Right? Myth number 3. Girls menstruate through some girls menstruate through their palm. Have you heard that before? Please, will you mind sharing the story you heard about menstruating through your palm? Please share.
What I saw was that my mother's friend has been visiting us, and she has been menstruating from the palm. When she's menstruating, the hands become big, and you see that it has become soft, and there is blood in it.
Oh, wow. Have you heard that before? Oh, yeah, you've heard it before. What did you hear? I'm interested in what you heard. Would you mind sharing? Okay, so it is a myth. Menstruation happens it starts in the uterus, right? It is the walls of the uterus that are shedding off when they have prepared to receive an egg and the egg didn't show up. So they shed off and pass out as blood. Does your uterus exist in your palm? Does egg come in your palm to receive sperm to fertilize it to make a baby? Can you get pregnant in your palm? So definitely you can never menstruate in your palm. If someone has a reaction or a menstrual triggered reaction, so anytime she menstruates, her palms become soft, her palms become enlarged, the veins in her palm enlarge and it shows red, she can see a doctor. There will be a scientific and medical explanation to that. Don't take it to mean that you are menstruating through your palm. You know, when we are menstruating, there are different signs in everyone's body, right? The breast becomes, who can give me one example? The breast become what? Tender. And what else happened to some people?
Pimples on their face.
Pimples break out on people's faces. Menstrual cramps, yes.
Abdominal pain.
Abdominal pain. Some people actually have diarrhea. Menstruation triggered diarrhea. And some people have some fatigue that doesn't make them do anything unless you rush them to the hospital. Some people get dehydrated to the extent that they have to be on drip throughout the process. But that doesn't mean they are menstruating through those processes. Those are just menstruation triggered reactions. Do you get it? So myth number 3, busted. Now, before I give you my final myth that we will bust today, who has a myth here that is bothering you, that you would like us to bust or confirm? Have you been told something you believe so much and today you want to test and see if it is really something you should continue holding on to or is something we should drop?
3 days later. 3 days later, use the water to wash your face. You see a ghost.
Start the story again.
They said if you pound the fufu, and after pounding the fufu, you pour water in the tin, you pound the fufu. You wait for 3 days, you fetch the water and wash your face. 3 days, and you see a ghost.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. There's another one behind. So let's answer fufu first.
Yes.
Do you really want to see a ghost?
No.
I'm afraid of ghosts and I'm not afraid of ghosts. It depends on what mood I'm in when you mention a ghost. So I don't know why I want to see a ghost, but I'm telling you it's not true. You can try it. You won't see any ghost. There's no ghost in that water. That water is actually even contaminated. You are actually even contaminating your mortar. Because that water will become fermented in days. And then you pound fufu in it again and eat. And when you get diarrhea, we will say the ghost caused it. But it's not the ghost. Do you get it? So that myth is busted.
Please, my honest. My mother said, if you are eating and you put your hands on the floor, you will never.
Actually, it's a bad manner to be eating and put your hand on the floor. It's bad table manners. And that is what our old folks try to teach. And the thing they will use to scare you not to do it is to tell you that the food will go to the ground. So next time you are eating, keep it in your mind that it's actually bad manner to put your hand on the floor while you are eating. It's not hygienic. So don't do it. And they need to scare you not to do it. Because if you are stubborn as me, it means if they just told you don't do it, it means try it. You will go and try. And because they don't want you to try, they tell you that the food is going to the ground. So don't put your hand on the ground when you are eating. Final one, please.
Please, some people say.
You have a hand, so I'll take you.
Madam, please, some people are saying that if you are menstruating, you don't have to sit on drums. If you are menstruating, you don't have to sit on drum.
If you are menstruating,
Yes.
don't sit on drum.
Yes.
As in the musical instrument, drum. Don't play it or don't sit on it.
Don't sit on it.
Okay, so drums have spiritual connotations as a people. As Africans, we have our spirituality and we place it in objects and a lot of things. Some people hold drums as sacred instruments. They are played to summon the gods. They are played to thank the gods. They are played for different reasons. So if you come from an environment that believes in African spirituality, then they will tell you don't sit on a drum. But ideally, drums are instruments meant to be played. Why would you want to sit on it when you are in your menses? So don't do it.
Madam, please, and our grandmother says that if you are menstruating, you don't have to cook.
And that is a myth. That is bastard. In the past, again, relating it to African spirituality, because of who we were, we believe in tradition. And the tradition says that menstruation is dirty. And because of that traditional belief, then they tell you that don't cook because don't contaminate the food. That's what they mean. But now you know that that is not true. You can cook in your menses. You can actually swim in your menses. You can do whatever your body allows you to do. I mentioned your body allows you to do because some people's menstruation is very difficult. So during that period, they can't do anything. That's why I mentioned whatever your body allows you to do. You can go to the Olympic Games. You can play tennis. You can do high jump. You can play football. You can do anything in your menses, which includes cooking. But in the past, because of the traditional belief, they said it was dirty and don't do it. But now, most traditional rulers also accept that menstruation is not dirty.
Please, they said the menstruation, when you menstruate in the pad and you are cooking food and you put it in the food and the male eat it, it makes the male crazy.
It makes the male crazy.
Yes.
Crazy in love or crazy as in bunkers. Crazy in love. It's a big fat lie. Busted. Oh, it's a big fat lie. It does nothing to the male. In fact, if he doesn't love you, he doesn't love you. Menstruation will make him change his mind. It's busted. So, and you know, you are so beautiful, so equipped, so endowed to sustain any man's love at the right time. You don't need menstruation to help you. And actually, it doesn't work. It's a lie. So, final myth buster, which is girls are too emotional. Who has heard that before? Girls are too emotional. You are too emotional. You want to be the girls' prefect, but you are too emotional. You want to be compound prefect, but you are too emotional. And the way you are so emotional, dear, you can't be the girls' prefect. Have you heard it before? Yes. Can you share? Who wants to share? To their uncle, right now, Uncle Rahina too. There's a hand behind, please. They tell you that every little thing you are annoyed. And because of that, you can't be a leader, you can't do much, right? Okay. Have you ever seen a man get angry? Yes. Do boys get angry? Yes. Do men get angry? Yes. Do babies get angry? Yes. Babies get angry? Yes. Do old people get angry? Yes. Do mad people get angry? Yes. Can someone be happy 1 minute and the next minute be angry? Yes. Exactly. Anger is a human emotion. And anger is not always as bad as it is preached. Anger, like peer pressure, has positive and negative effects. Do you understand? So there are times that you express anger and it saves your life. There are times that you express anger to protect your boundaries. When somebody is pushing through your boundaries with so much disrespect, you use anger to react, right? When you a lady. So I don't like that. Stop it. Then you go and tell your friend, maybe. Do you know what a queer just did? And Kwame just touched my bum again. I told him I don't like it, but he did it. Then that your friend that you call gangster. As for her, the moment Oko got closer and did pump her head, next time will Oko go and press her bum? No. So that is a positive way of using anger to protect herself. Then another way is we use anger to block our own chances when we don't control that emotion in the moment. For instance, maybe you said something in class that teacher wasn't happy about. Then they raise the cane, and then you tell teacher, "My boy, will you sit in that classroom till the end?" That is a negative way of expressing emotion, which is anger. So anger is a human emotion. It is not gendered. It is not limited to girls. It is not limited to boys. So if anyone tells you moving forward from today that because you get angry, you can't be a leader, bastard. You can be angry and be a leader. In fact, one of the emotions that a leader expressed that got Ghana independence, are we here? Was anger. Our first president expressed anger at the thought that foreigners were ruling us in our own land, and we were second citizens in our own land. And he said, this is annoying, this is nonsense. Positive action now. And that is how we got independence. So you see, anger can be expressed by male leaders and it can be expressed by female leaders. We all need anger. Now, it took another anger for the Liberian War to end. Have you heard of the Liberian War before? Who has heard? I heard a yes somewhere. So Liberia was at war for a long time. Then the women of Liberia got up and got angry. And you know, during war, it is girls and women that suffer. They get raped, they get torn away apart from their families, they walk through the bush to find rescue, they die on the way, they bury their loved ones, pregnant women suffer. So the women got tired and angry, and they said enough is enough. They came to Ghana, and they came to block the entrance of the Parliament House. And they said the men will not get out. At that time, the leadership, the African leadership and Ghanaian leadership were meeting to discuss the end to the war. Then the women, out of anger, led by one woman called Le Magbowe. You have phones. Google that name after today. She's called Le Magbowe. She and her women, in anger, sat at the entrance of the Parliament House and said, "You men in there, we are sitting here in anger. We are tired. Our children are tired. Our husbands are dying. Our sons are dying. Until you come out with a peace and an end to the war, we are not getting out of the entrance. You'll be locked there hungry." And guess what happened? The men came out and gave peace. And from that day onwards, it started the process for peace in Liberia. And she became a peace laureate after that. Anger. So you can be a leader and be angry. You just have to know what we call emotional intelligence, which I hope that during the breakout session, you participate in that class, and there you get to know how to manage your emotions. So how many myths did we pass so far? Summary. Who can get up and give me all four? All four. Okay, your hand was going up. What's your name? Nafisatu. Hey, your name is so sweet. Please, which myth do you remember? You were there. Nafisa, I'm coming, okay?
Madam,
use the mic.
sperm being protein. Sperm being protein.
What did you take away from today? So you tell me the myth you remember that we busted and what we said about it.
One, sperm being protein. Madam, you said the amount of protein you need from sperm, boys can't give you.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's clap for her. So we are doing a recap. So that was one. Next. Menstruation in the palm, yes.
And you said it's an effect that you get.
So you should go to a hospital if you are having your palm getting red during menstruation. Don't sit at home and say you are bleeding through your palm. It's not true. Thank you very much. Who has the next one? The third one. Are the girls here? Are the ladies here? Our third myth. Someone is at the back. The third myth we busted. Who wants to share with us? I see a hand there.
Yes. And the one that they said not sitting on the drum, putting your hands on the floor with eating. That too. Some is not true and some is true.
Okay. Thank you so much. Don't put your palm on the floor when you are eating. It is bad table manners. Final one that we busted. Who will share? Final one. There's a hand there. Final one.
Girls being emotional.
Girls being emotional. And because of emotions, we can't be leaders. What did we learn from that?
We learned that anger
is just an emotion, and everyone has it, and it depends on how you use it. It can become positive for you or negative for you. Thank you so much. My name again is Juliana Amaklofia, and once upon a time, I was a house help just at the corner here, Korle Gonno Quarters. Today, I'm the project manager. I'm a founder of Girls Excellence Movement. And I became a house help because I couldn't get the money to go to school. But I was brilliant. Guess what? I became a house help. From there, I went to Odan Secondary School. I went to University of Ghana. I went to University of Sangongwan in South Korea. I have been to a school in China before. I've been to a school in New York University. I've been to a school in London, University College London. So you see, absolutely nothing can stop a determined soul. Let's repeat that. Absolutely nothing. Let's start from say, I am determined, to achieve my goals. And absolutely nothing can stop me. Because nothing can stop a determined soul. As long as I'm willing to work for it. As long as I dream it. As long as I believe it. I will achieve it. That is Dream, Believe, Achieve. One of the foundations I work for, I volunteer for. We'll be back again, maybe as Dream, Believe, Achieve, but today we were here with you as Girls Excellence Movement. See you at the top.